Hi everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today I have a short video about installation of a cornice. I'm going to explain to you what is, in my opinion, the easiest way to install a cornice, especially if you are beginning or if you are doing that for obviously for the first time. I've been using this method for years. I mean, I remember when I started and it was very difficult to install this cornice. I came up with this idea. I haven't seen it anywhere. I came up with this idea. Probably someone else does the same. I'm pretty sure that obviously it's not just me who actually thought about this. But for me, worked fine. I'm still using this method, even if today I have no problems with cutting angles and cornices and all kind of installation, so I have no problem with that. But sometime when I have something very expensive or very difficult to install, I like to use this method just to make sure that I don't do a silly mistake, and that's going to cost obviously money and time. So let me go outside. I'm going to show you the cornice. Is a small cornice, a wood cornice, but this can work with every cornice, or skirtings, baseboards, whatever you have and you want to make sure that things are going nice and smooth. Okay, so this is the cornice. As you can see, we put some glue in the joint, and basically what we try to achieve is we have this shiplap on the ceiling, and in here we're going to have silicone render. So because we don't want the crack and we want a nice finish between the shiplap and the render, I decided to do this small cornice. So the biggest problem when you cut a cornice is the fact that you cut the cornice and then when you install it, it will have to be upside down. So you cut it one way and you install it the other way. So this get very confusing. This is where people are doing mistakes. This is where people are getting discouraged. So let me show you a method that will eliminate that. It's something that I came up with that years ago, and for me was a game changer. Very simple, and let me show you what I mean. Okay, so what we need to do is to take two pieces of the cornice that we would like to install, offcuts or something. They don't have to be more than 20 centimeters, maybe 30 centimeters. And what we have to do is put them on a miter saw or whatever device you're going to use, a miter box, and cut one in half like this, then change the angle and cut one in half like this. So what I did here is for a 90-degree corners, so I cut it 45 and 45, but this can work for 45-degree corners and you have to cut 22 and a half and so on. So one very important thing is when you lay your cornice, it has to be laid very well. So you can see here the cornice needs to be touching the fence and it needs to be touching the base. As soon as you move this slightly like that and it doesn't touch, that's going to change the angle and your cut will be ruined. So obviously that cut won't be good, or you have to fill that cut. So this is the first thing that you have to make sure. Keep your cornice flat on the fence, flat on the base. If you have many cuts, my advice would be to mark a pencil line on the base and then do a sacrificial fence, either stuck down with miter bond or just clamp it down, and that's gonna obviously make things easier because you just put the cornice in place, it will lock there and you cut. You don't have to worry about fiddling with the cornice. But at the moment when the cornice is obviously nice and flat, you can feel it doesn't move. So yeah, this is first thing that you have to do. Make sure that you keep your cornice flat and then do two cuts, different angles. So what these two cuts give us, they give us 4 ends. Now we have one that is for an internal corner and we have one that is for an external corner. So basically with two single cuts we created some templates, let's call it this way, for an internal corner and one external corner. So let me put the camera down and I'm gonna show you how easy easy is to do them. So as you can see, this is an internal corner, 90 degree. So when you install it, this will look like this. So it will be upside down. This is why people are getting confused. This is a external corner, 90 degree external corner. You see? The same, you see? Okay, so the good thing with this is now we create templates. So instead of going up and try to remember, you know, measure up and try to remember which is which goes up, which goes down, and so on, it's easier to take this with you, go to the corner, place them, and see what is what, or which is which. So as soon as you find out what is your cut that you need to do, you simply take it to the miter cell, you put it there, so you say, yes, I need this cut. Take it down, put your piece, cut. So this way we're gonna eliminate the, you know, the fiddling around, cutting things that are not right, and so on. Same with an external corner, you take them up, you see how they join what you need, you take it to the miter cell, you match the cut with the blade, and then you cut. This way you're gonna do things faster, you're gonna do things better, you won't waste any material, and I think it's a great idea. Like I said, I'm still using this method from time to time, even if today I know exactly what I'm doing. But yeah, sometimes it's easy because, you know, I am cutting here and working outside, and then you have to come, you have to remember, you have, so it's easier, you know, you come in with this piece from outside, you know exactly what you need, you know, you have it here, and you know exactly what we need. The other thing that I want to quickly say to you is regarding cutting the piece. When you butt two pieces against each other, people are saying you can cut them straight. Some people are saying no, you need to cut them at 45 degree, which is half true, half false. Now, the 45 degree cut is simply because you need to glue that piece. If you don't have to glue that piece, then a straight cut is fine. A straight cut won't look worse than a 45 or a 30 degree cut. So they all gonna look the same. You have a good machine and you have a good blade, they all gonna, and the cut is clean, they all gonna look the same. You use a 45 degree cut or a 30 degree cut when you need to use glue to glue them together. And let me show you why. So you have a 45 degree cut and you have a straight cut. As you can see, the 45 degree cut has a lot more meat, you know, a lot more wood to glue. This one is just end fiber. This one is obviously end fiber but has some a bit long fiber. But the point is you have more material to glue. So obviously the more material you glue and you put glue and you put together, the stronger the joint will be. This is why you're cutting 45 degree when you're doing a coving, a cornice, a baseboard, you know, skirting, architrave, whatever. If you don't have to glue it, 45 is straight cut is fine. If you want to glue it, then I would suggest do a 45 degree. So this is everything I have to say for now, guys. I think this makes sense, but if anyone has any questions, you can ask them in the comment section. If you ask me, this is a very, very easy method when you are obviously in the beginning or when you start in the trade. Because I remember my beginnings. I remember cutting a 45, take it up on the scaffold, nailed it, come down, cut the second one, go up, and it wasn't matching. Why? Because, you know, you need to turn it upside down, and in the beginning, when you are in the beginning, you don't know these things, and they can be a little bit tricky. Having these pieces, I think, will help you do the job faster, quicker, and without any mistakes. So that will be all for today. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like if you like the video and subscribe if you consider so, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.